In today's lesson, we're going to read about French theme park uses crows to pick up litter. And this is from Breaking News English. So tell me, what do you think of this title? What do you think the title of this article might be about before
Uh,
we read it?
I just understand that the title try to sum up the benefit to have crows in a theme park that could hit all the trash that's that's thrown down on the ground by people when they eat some food.
Mhm. So when the visitor is at the theme park, and what exactly is a theme park? Can you
A
give me
theme, a theme park is a park with a special a special figure like Disney, like Asterix or Harry Potter.
Very good. So a theme park differs from just a park that has a bench and trees and maybe grass. A theme park has activities and rides and places where you can go to purchase things to eat. That's one of the differences between a park and a theme park.
Okay.
You know, my concern for this article is that if they're going to use crows to pick up litter, who's going to clean up after the crows? Can you imagine walking in the theme park with your ice cream cone and a crow flies overhead and poops on your ice cream cone?
Uh, if the crowd
You know,
try try to eat my popcorn or try to eat my ice cream,
no, not necessarily try to eat it, but as the crow is flying overhead, his droppings will fall on your popcorn and your ice cream.
yes. Oh, I not really appreciate because
No. So to have that many crows to clean up the litter, it just seems that it's a very distasteful solution. Let's find out if, in fact, they have something else in mind. Could you read, please?
yes, a theme park in France has established a novel and environmentally friendly way of keeping its grounds free of litter. It has selected and trained 6 intelligent rogues to pick up rubbish and keep the park clean.
Okay, so that's even better. It's not as if they have hundreds of these birds. They only
Only,
have six.
only 6.
Okay, that makes it a little better.
Okay.
Palatable. I can agree with that. Okay.
Rooks are members of the crown family. Mais je ne peux pas parler moins vite, moins fort. Et comment je fais? Je suis bien obligé de parler.
Please start again.
Rooks are members of the crow family and are up to 47 in length. The clever birds will be put to work at the Puy du Fou theme park in the west of France. They have been trained to pick up cigarette ends, paper, and other things people throw on the ground. The birds pick up the litter and deposit it in the special trash can, which then delivers some bird feed as a reward. The more litter the birds put in the trash can, the more food they get.
Wow. Interesting.
Oh yes, interesting. The head of the theme park, Nicolas de Villiers, explained the rationale of using the crows to the AFP news agency. He said there were several reasons for deploying the crows. He said the goal is not just to clean up, because the visitors are generally careful to keep things clean. but also to demonstrate that nature itself can teach us to take care of the environment.
Oh, okay, that's another good point.
Crows are highly sociable and intelligent birds. Some biologists say they're as smart as a 7-year-old child. Mr. de Villiers said, in an affectionate, supportive atmosphere, they like to communicate with humans and establish relationships through play. The crows are speedy workers and can fill a bucket with rubbish in less than 45 minutes.
Hmm.
Oh, surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising. So, what are three things that stood out in this article for you?
The more important thing,
Hmm.
uh, I know the Puy du Fou. It's a theme park that I visited 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's very clean because most of the people don't throw their litter on the ground. But
Mhm.
sometimes you can have some small paper, some part of a cigarette with going on
Mhm.
the ground, and it's very interesting that crows, only 6 crows, very intelligent bird,
Mhm.
could pick up the litter and throw throw the trash in the bin waste.
Mhm. In the appropriate bin.
Mm.
Very good. All right, I'm going to give you the pencil.
Yes,
I want you to do the match for me.
yes.
And let's see where's the top. Yeah.
Mr. de Villiers
Yes, I.
was he was a political man. He was very involved in politics,
Mhm.
and he created the Puy du Fou as a hobby.
Ah, okay. So is it a theme park with people or like characters like Disney, or is it
It's
what's
a
what's the
it's
main
a
attraction?
it's a theme park about the history of France.
Ah, okay.
During the old ages, for example, you can have a theme on the Vikings, who are the big warriors
Mhm.
who invaded France many, many years ago. There's another theme about the Roman epoch, the Roman area,
Mhm.
with the race of cars
Mhm.
in a big arena. Uh, there's another theme about the reign of the kings Louis XIV, Louis XIV.
Okay.
Yes,
Huh.
the theme is history.
So are there live statues there, or not live statues, but are there people dressed in costumes walking around?
Yes, yes. There's people dressed in costume who play some theme, who play some theater
Okay.
about a theme of the history. It's very famous.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people who visit this every year.
And what is this theme park called?
What is
What is the theme park? What is the name of the theme park again?
le Puy du Fou?
Pudufu.
Puy du Fou, yes.
Pudufu.
Very famous. You could see that on internet and you could understand that it's a very theme park.
Okay, I think I will. I think I will look it up. All right, you have the pencil now.
Yes.
Look at the definitions.
Establish. I don't know. Free. Yeah, free. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Selected.
Mm-hmm.
Instructed.
No, selected means that you decided to get this one. You decided on upon.
Set up.
No, 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 not set up. Put the line back and go to number 4. No,
Okay.
number 4.
Train. Instructive.
Very good. Instructive.
Deposit.
When you
Set up.
no. When you're putting something somewhere.
Place.
Mm-hmm.
Place. Head.
Mm-hmm.
Boss.
Mm-hmm. I would think so.
Rational. Logique.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Deploying. Choose. No.
No, not.
Deploying. Setup, perhaps.
It's set up. Good.
Affectionate. Choose.
No. Affectionate. Like you're affectionate toward your wife.
Loving.
Mm-hmm.
Loving. Speedy. Fast.
Mm-hmm.
Establish. Establish.
Let's see.
Free. Clear.
Clear is free. Mm-hmm.
Selected.
Mm-hmm.
Choose.
Very good.
And the last, establish using.
Okay. Well, establish doesn't seem like it would be using. Establish, but I guess established, yeah, it would be using. So they established a procedure for the little rook birds to do something. So they're using the rook birds to pick up the trash. Now look at these 10 words and see if you can tell me about this article. So it seems that they established a system for these crows to keep the park free of debris. The little birds or crows would get selected trash, and they have been trained to deposit the trash into a receptacle. It is thought that these crows are as smart as a small child, and his head is small enough to reach into small places. The rationale for using the birds is to let people know that we can learn a lot from nature. Before deploying the birds into the park, they were trained. Crows are especially known for their affection toward humans, and it takes them about 45 minutes to clear an area of debris, so they're quite speedy in their efforts. Okay, let's see if you can tell me about this article.
Using the 20 words.
Well, you don't have to use 20, use the first 10.
Okay.
10.
Okay. 2 years ago, I visited Le Puy du Fou, a theme park in which a new ID, a rational ID, is deployed by the owners. The owners decide.
Owners.
The owners of the park establish a group of 6 crows who are free to fly where they want,
Mm-hmm.
and this crew are selected because they're very smart animals, very intelligent birds, and they were trained to pick up the litter that are deposited by the numberless numbers of people who visit the park theme every year.
Mm-hmm.
These 6 crows, are very speedy to pick up the trash on the ground and deposit deposit the trash in bin waste. These birds are very intelligent and affectionate by the people because
toward the people.
and affectionate towards the people.
Mhm.
They have a black head. They have a black head,
Mhm.
and they are established by the owners of the park in order to be very rational in the fact to have a clean theme park. Uh, these birds were selected because they're intelligent and smart.
Okay, very nicely
They
done.
have, they have the smart of a young girl of 7 years old, scientists say.
Okay, very good. Very nicely done. All right, so this should take us to the end of our session for today. Do you have any questions?
No, it's good.
All right, I learned something about the Puy du Fou. Puy du Fou. I will look it up.
Puy du Fou.
Puy du Fou.
Yes.
I'll check it out a little bit later.
If you have time, you can look on the internet, and you will. I'm sure you will be surprised. It's an international show.
Puy du Fou.
Fou. Voilà, fou. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
This one, yes.
Okay, so they dress this way.
Yes, yes. Historic,
Okay.
from history, yes.
And do they have buildings that you can go into and see?
Of course, yes. We have building you can go into.
Ah.
The first pictures was Jeanne d'Arc at the top of the page. This I suppose, yes, suppose it's Jeanne d'Arc, famous woman who was burned by the English during the war.
Oh, Joan of Arc.
Jeanne d'Arc, yes, Jeanne d'Arc. Yes.
We call her Joan, I guess.
Jeanne d'Arc. Jeanne. No, of Arc, yes. Joan of Arc, yes.
Oh, okay. I've never heard her name like you're saying it.
Jeanne, because in French we don't say Joanne, we say Jeanne. Jeanne.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Very good. All right then. Thank you so much for sharing that reading, discussion, and the picture. We'll talk again in our next session. Any questions before I go?
No. We can have a session. I don't know. Perhaps tomorrow it could be a bit difficult because I already the children.